Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Megalo box, and I'm going to say it again. This series is so good. Again, this episode, like a bit of a comeback, maybe a possible comeback from Team Nowhere, fixing some relationship, even probably bringing the gym back, and also the aftermath of Mac time and everything that has been happening behind the scenes, and also very emotional episode. Just feels like art on screen, this series so far. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now we finally have Joe and the kids rebuilding the gym nowhere over there. Ocho was the one that wasn't there, and Sachi, of course, because he was still mad. Santa had his own plans as always. I like him. He's the most inventive, so to say, and most eager to do something. He wanted to interview Liu, but Joe said, no, I'm not gonna help you with that out of respect and everything. And Bonjiri, he's the one that's most happy that Joe is back right now. I'm glad they're starting slowly to get back as a family, so to say. Some are slower to reach that point, but they're getting there. Now we have Abuhachi and Ochio working. He was very happy that he finally has somebody to pass down his techniques. And Ochio is also very happy she started working with Abuhachi. Now, the typhoon also is probably gonna cause a lot more problems because it's growing bigger. There are warnings about it. And we even see it a bit later on in the episode, kind of causing some problems. I don't know what's gonna happen with it throughout the series, but we'll have to see. As for the shenanigans, so to say, evil stuff going on behind the scenes, Takuma, of course, is the villain. We've seen this so far. He's even trying to use the system best for military. Yukiko goes to talk to him. And I gotta say, throughout this episode, this guy, he has a way with words. Like, he knows how to get out of stuff or pretend he's doing the things he's doing for the right reason. Even here, he pretended to do this for research, to help the soldiers, to push out the product even more, to help people. Yukiko saw through it or didn't agree with what he was saying. Even asked him, can I see the undisclosed data on Mac? But she also kind of took the choice, so to say, or she was forced into it. She can't really cut the funding to the project or stop working with him because she has a lot to lose. Now, I don't know if she's gonna keep on that decision, seeing as how far this guy is willing to go, and I'll talk more about that during his conversation with Mac. But so far, she's still not able to cut ties with him because she has a lot to lose, so we'll have to see. Now, as for Liu, I'm sad and happy at the same time. He is in recovery. Yuri is very worried also. He still blames himself. But also, you see that he's proud with Liu not giving up. Now, we have Joe and Liu talking. We got a bad news about Liu. Yes, he's gonna recover, but not fully. He'll still have some paralysis after, so he's not probably gonna be able to fight as a boxer anymore. He says he's not giving up. You can see him, he's still willing to fight for his full recovery. He still wants that match with Joe. Both of them do. They're proper friends now, formed a connection, granted under bad circumstances. I would have loved to have a proper rematch between the two of them. Who knows, there's that small chance of hope that it might happen, maybe with the chip. I don't know. I really hope Liu is gonna get back into the ring. He deserves it a lot more to have that rematch with Joe. And at least they're friends now. They're finally respecting each other a lot more compared to their first fight, so to say. Now Sachio also finally won a match. He still doesn't want to make up with Joe, not at all. Aragaki was there trying to talk to him a bit, mellow him out, at least give Joe a chance, even though Sachio was also responsible for sending Joe away. Even Aragaki had that letter of recommendation, which we found later on with him. He refused to take it. Now, they're finally having that heart-to-heart a bit, or at least another one. While Joe was visiting Nambu's grave, he runs into Sachio. Of course, Joe was trying to be honest, admitting his mistake, sorry for what happened, trying to explain himself, not excuse what he did, just explain what he did, why he did. But Sachio wasn't having any of it. He actually started punching Joe again. Joe wasn't hitting him back, and I feel like the thing that kind of got to Sachio was that Joe had that flower, if you guys remember from a few episodes ago, that Nambu had from Sachio. He leaves that flower on his grave. We have a flashback of Nambu being okay with what Joe was doing and telling him Joe is not that confident. He's fighting in his own way to keep the lights of the family going, and Joe said the same thing. And I feel this was the moment that kind of cracked in a way Sachio's walls around Joe and what happened between them. Hopefully they're gonna have a makeup time, so to say, not a Mac time. We'll still have to wait and see. Now, as for the Mac part of the episode, you're still stuck watching that fight with Liu on repeat, the same moment when the change happened with him, his Mac time. But it got to him. Even his kid told him, hey, you look scary, and made him finally snap out of it, stop watching the fight. And we have a bedtime story, which was a very interesting story, the hummingbird and the nomad. The kid wanted for Mac to read it for him. Now, the bird wanted Nomad to listen to its song, but the Nomad said, no, I'm on a journey to die. And Joe was kind of on that journey, so to say. And the bird was in a way Chief, honestly, because Chief was the one that got him out of his rot by having that bike stolen by Mio. Like I said, a blessing in disguise. Man, I miss Chief, honestly. But the Nomad didn't want to listen to that story unless the bird was able to make him lie. Now, the bird is able to make it, even though it was a bit of a deception, so to say. But we find later on that hearing that song kind of gave life again to the Nomads, the same way as it happened with Joe. Now, I don't know. I still have my suspicion, theory, however you want to call it. I may be completely way off that Mac might be related, or he might be Chief's son in a way. I have no idea, but there has to be a connection between them. The similarities, the hints and everything, there has to be something there. Maybe I'm missing it completely, or we just haven't had the full reveal. Well, Mac was reading that story to his kid. We have the kids during the storm. Like I said, that typhoon was causing issues. They were fighting there to rebuild the gym, fighting against the windmills, or the wind in this case. Joe was doing his best also. And we have Ochio finally coming in to help. And thanks to that, after we find out that Sachio, or Joe remembers that Sachio wanted to be an engineer. I also forgot that from season 1. Might actually do a rewatch of season 1. Man, I love this series. Now, the letter that Aragaki had, we found out it's from Abuhachi, a letter of recommendation, and Sachio kept refusing to take it. And finally, confirmation that Sachio was feeling guilty for sending Joe away, and he did his best to become Joe, protect the kids, keep the lights going, take his place in a way. And this is why he's still mad at Joe. He's also mad at himself, not only at Joe. Hopefully they're gonna have a proper conversation, a heart to heart in a way, like without fighting the way they've been having. I really want that for both of them. Now, as for the other shenanigans, like we've talked about, Mikio went through with his word. He wrote that article about the best system and flaws it has. Sakuma was upset. He wasn't visibly upset. This guy is very charismatic, has a way with word, even with that assistant he had around him. She was the dean or something on of the university that Mikio was working. He tells her to go after his job, so that's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen between them. He even said to her, send Yukiko the data, the undisclosed data, but make the usual tweaks. So he's definitely hiding something, and he knew beforehand the drawbacks of the system. Now, Mac also goes to him for help, calls him, telling him he's been unable to sleep for a few nights, tells him he's not feeling that good, having memory issues, especially after the fights. And we find out more about Mac and how this guy, like I said, he's so good with words and at manipulating people. Now, Mac also tells him, I have no more reason to fight after it. I don't want to hurt somebody else the same way I did to Liu and others also. And we find out that Mac was inspired by Joe in the past. He was moved. He's also the guy we saw in the first episode, if I'm not mistaken, or the first 2 or 3 episodes, the one with the hood in the crowd over there, which I had no idea. I thought he was Chief, but now we see that it was Mac. And this guy just uses that information and everything he had to manipulate Mac, telling him, hey, you're in the same position as Joe, you still have a reason to fight. You are the challenger, in a way, now the street kid fighting to reach success. And he pushes Mac to fight again, even though, man, I want to punch that guy so much. Takuma, I really hope you're gonna get what's coming to you. Now, the curious thing that happened, his son has a surgery, Mac's son, on his chest, or maybe it was a heart surgery or something. Now, I don't know what happened with that. We'll have to see. I'm going way off field with this. Could his son be also something related to Chief, besides if Mac is Chief's son? I don't know, I have so many questions, theories, my brain is spinning a bit with this. Hopefully you guys have better ideas than me, but I'm curious about that surgery that he had on, or scar. We don't know if it's exactly a surgery, but yeah, I'm curious. Now, Mac finally issued an official challenge for Joe. We see the article. So this is gonna be the climax of the series, Mac versus Joe, so to say. I was leaning towards this the past few episodes, but I still want to have Liu back in the ring. Who knows if we're gonna get that, at least for a minor sparring match. Hopefully he's gonna be able to make a full recovery, even though the doctor said no. Now, I'm very excited for next episodes. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the episode. Let me know down in the comments below, and where do you think the series is heading for an ending. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So, I'll see you again in the next one. Keep enjoying Megalo Box. Bye-bye.